Now, often sending to labels will help you also to see that alignment in terms of, if you send to a label, for example, getting a great result, and you don't get a great result, and often that's a kind of nudge to say, well, are you actually, is this really to your perfect alignment? And in Reiki 2, we talk about, well, if it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be. If it's not to your highest good, it's not to your highest good. So we're already looking at life's purpose from that viewpoint in terms of whether it works out or not. But there is also another aspect to this, which is sometimes things do work out, and then you do follow that line, and then later on you realize, oh, actually that direction didn't really work for me, or it wasn't really the correct direction. And when you look back on it, you notice that actually there were some warning signs before, but you kind of ignored it. So an example that I often give is, like, I sent to a job with a corporate company, and when I went for the interview, I had a really bad feeling about it. Like, my stomach was churning and I felt really uncomfortable, and the decor was really crowded and I just didn't like it. And I went for the interview and I'd sent Reiki to it and I got the job. So in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, because I sent Reiki to it, and therefore I'm supposed to have the job. Even though my entire body was going, you shouldn't be here. This is not your people. This is not right. I ignored my intuition. I ignored my impulse, and I took the job with much regret. And I left 6 months later. And the whole thing was a very powerful alignment lesson, because I was kind of giving my power away. It was like, oh, I sent Reiki and therefore I got it, so therefore it must be right. As opposed to looking at my own reaction to it as I was walking down the corridor. Like, I was walking down the corridor going, no, 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 no. And I still took it. I mean, how idiotic is that? So what we're talking about when we start looking at impulse, and this is the thing. So you might be sitting there and you go, oh, I got this impulse to get on my social media. And then you go and you're on the social media and notice what's happening in your energy. Does it feel good? Does it feel not good? I mean, like, for me, I notice I get on Facebook and I feel good for about 5 minutes. And if I'm not off within 5-10 minutes, it's my energy starts to go down and down and down and down until I'm just like this zombie. And I feel mildly kind of depressed almost. So it's really, really important to start noticing, as you start coming into these impulses, what's the effect on your energy? Is it a short-term gain, like a kind of addiction, you know? So you get a brief hit and then you get a miss? Or is it something that you come into and you feel more and more invigorated? What you'll notice is when you're following your impulse and it's a true calling, it makes you feel better and better and better. Like, for example, when I teach Reiki, I come into a Reiki, like sometimes I come into a Reiki class, I don't feel that great, you know, I'm not well, or I've had a bad night's sleep, or something's happened, or I'm upset with something. I start teaching and I feel better and better and better and better. By the end of the day, I'm like, woo, this is great. I love what I do. That to me is a very powerful alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's just starting to pay attention to that.